This podcast is a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to find out more. This episode of Harry Potter and the Boys is brought to you by Radio Mike on Patreon and the 20th Century Boy podcast. Head to patreon.com/Radio Mike and for as little as $1 a month, get a bonus podcast every week. And search 20th Century Boy on your favourite podcast app to hear more from me every week. 50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and I love Harry Potter. In fact, I love Harry Potter so much that when I was a kid, I wrote a series of 7 Harry Potter fan fiction novels. This is book 2 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Teamwizard Tournament. Everybody, welcome to Season 2 of Harry Potter and the Boys. Couldn't do it with anyone except Sammy Garlepp.
Oh, well, you literally could. I think that you could probably sit anyone in this chair and the text exists.
Yeah.
You're here.
Most people know how to read. It's like a grade 2 skill.
And the books do feel like they were written by a grade 2.
Can I actually tell you something so funny?
Welcome to Season 2.
Welcome to Season 2. We'll do the formalities in a sec, but this is just a story you reminded me of that I have to tell right now. I was at my parents' house the other week, and my mum, with not as a joke, said to me, "Hey, Michael, did you know I taught you how to read when you were 1?"
No, she didn't.
I said, "Mum, no, you didn't. Children can't, I don't think your brain can even begin to comprehend that."
It can't. Yeah. I thought it was going to end at, "Did you know I taught you how to read?" You're like, "Yeah, I figured it was one of you."
Yeah.
You or Dad.
Yeah, right?
At 1 year old.
Yeah, my mum and I was like, "Mum, I think you're misremembering. I don't think when I was..." She's like, "I used to give you books when you were 1 and you would read them." I was like,
No.
No, I think you've misflated the timelines. That's not what happened.
No, because I can tell you, you give children books, and at one point, maybe when they're around 1, they recognize that you have a book and someone flips the pages over, and that's the action.
That's not reading, yeah.
That's not reading.
Mum thinks that me looking at a book at age 1 was me reading.
No, you haven't. At the age of 1, Mike, you haven't even grasped the concept of object permanence yet.
I know.
Which is why children enjoy the game of peekaboo so much.
Because they just don't understand.
Because when you cover your face, they literally think you've ceased to exist. Yeah. Because they don't know that you exist behind those hands.
Absolute insanity.
Yep. So, play peekaboo.
You just reminded me of that. But on a side note, welcome to Season 2.
Read.
Brand new podcast artwork and, of course, brand new book 2 of the Harry Potter and the Boys spin-off franchise, which is
same
awesome.
old shitty guests.
Same old shitty guests, same old shitty author, but new, young podcast style, because we've got lots of brand new games, don't we, Sam?
Yeah. We didn't discuss this beforehand, but we've got games coming out of the wazoo.
Yeah, and that brings us to our first game, Wazoo or Shoe. This...
Oh.
I'm pointing to something on my foot.
Oh God! I've got object blindness.
No.
I struggle with object permanence.
All right, so book 1's wrapped up. Did you catch the last episode?
Yep, with Ryan Shelton and technically the Owl Post after that, but yes.
Yeah.
I did, and it was great. It did set us up well for a book 2 because from memory from the end, all this bad stuff happened, and the teachers were like, "All right, you better go home now."
You better go to home now.
But yeah, is that basically what happened? Voldemort's just out there?
Pretty much what happened. Well, we know Voldemort was damaged from the uniting friendship charm, like he on Mr. Charge's bum, but we do assume he's still on Mr. Charge's bum. What did you think of the uniting friendship charm? Was that a bit too much for you, or did you like it?
Oh yeah, I guess I did. Now, when I say I listened, I mean I zoned out here and there.
As you do.
So Michael and Mob, as Ryan Shelton put it, are they now one person?
No, I think they've split. So I think it's a temporary fusion.
Okay, yes. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's something, isn't it? But you're right. It's like they talk about, the love, Harry's
love
mum,
and friendship, yeah.
Lily's love saved Harry and blah, 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 which that really doesn't make as much sense as we hope.
No, it doesn't make that much sense.
You're really just going on with the JK, just chucking in some stuff that doesn't make sense, and we feel like to accept it.
Yeah, so by this stage, listeners will know the title of book 2, but I'm about to tell you.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't. So, yeah, what was the first one?
The first one was called Harry Potter and the Boys, right? Yeah. So the podcast is still called Harry Potter and the Boys, but this is season 2, book 2, and the second book is called, do you want to know?
Yeah, I guess everyone else knows. Listening, you already know before I know.
The second book is called Harry Potter and the Teamwizard Tournament. So what comes to your mind when you hear that?
The Teamwizard Tournament.
Teamwizard Tournament, yeah.
Obviously, it just seems like it's going to be the Triwizard Tournament, but everyone's on teams. And it's not that...
When really, the Triwizard Tournament, you are on a team. You're on Team Hogwarts, Team Beauxbaton, or Team Durmstrang, right?
Yeah. So, without spoiling the book, because I haven't read it, but it's just going to be... Oh, and what team is this? Oh, it's the boys. They got a team.
Yeah, I think it's highly unlikely that the boys aren't going to be the team that is randomly selected.
Well, I am excited to see if you bring in the other schools. Durmstrang could become Turdstrang.
Yeah, but Durmstrang would still exist, you'd think. Beauxbaton could be Blowbaton.
Oh, yeah.
But, so Teamwizard Tournament, pretty exciting. Lots happening. And, you would assume the first book did draw heavily to the Philosopher's Stone, didn't it? It followed similar beats, a few deviations, but generally followed that book.
But then grabbed a few from Chamber Basilisks. Yeah. So there's no point going into Chamber Secrets now.
No, and then, but it does seem like in book 2, we've skipped Prisoner of Azkaban. We're going straight to book 4 of the Harry Potter canon with Goblet of Fire.
Which is, probably a good move.
Yeah,
I mean, just get to the exciting parts. Although now I don't know how you're going to... Didn't you say you have 7 books?
Yeah, there are 7 books.
So at this rate, in Harry Potter and the Boys, you'll be covering off book 7 in the third book of your Harry Potter and the Boys.
Hallows, yeah.
And then, so what are you going to do for books 4, 5, 6, and 7?
Who knows? But this author, as we know, does a lot of unexpected stuff.
Rips off a lot of other franchises.
A lot of forgotten franchises that were never as big as Harry Potter as well. What do you reckon? We've been going for 7.5 minutes. Do you want to... do you have any other theories or wild guesses as to what... are there any loose ends from the first book that you remember that you'd like to get tied up?
What happened? Is Dragon Malfoy still around?
I guess you don't know, because I guess at the end of Philosopher's Stone, you assume Malfoy's still alive, and he is, but we didn't really get a verdict on that.
And Harold... Hang on, he's a were-basilisk?
Yeah, and he was deformed by Mr. Charger. It was implied that he was tortured and hurt by Mr. Charger because he failed to kill the boys.
And then Derek
is still alive. Ron Weasley is dead.
Oh, Ron Weasley's dead.
There's the lingering connection between Lockie and Gemini that we don't really know much about.
Yeah. I mean, look, that could come up. But also, I would be surprised if, it's a whole
just goes down the drain.
Or if we open the book and then it's and we'll open it and be like, the boys from the last book are all dead. These guys' names are Jimmy, Jono, and...
Derek 2.
Derek 2.
I couldn't think of another name.
Kettle. Shrek 4.
Wasn't there a... Yeah, Shrek 4, the movie, is in this book. Well, let's... I reckon we just get the laptop out and start chapter 1 of Harry Potter.
Can can I just say, and it's just such an honour to be back. Thank you, listeners, for having me. And thanks, Mike, for having me.
Oh, is that all? I thought you were going to say something more profound.
Oh, well, it does feel like there's been a lot of great guests.
There has, yeah.
And me. It just feels... Wow, oh my God.
Well, here it is. Harry Potter
font.
and the Teamwizard Tournament by Michael Liberali.
It's in red, which was
It's in
incredible.
red. The other one was in yellow. Here's chapter 1. I'm going to pass it over to you, Sam. And
thank you so much.
We're just going to pick it up. We don't really know where this is going. We can both see the title of the first chapter, which, as we always do, as is tradition on this show, Sammy Garlepp, start Harry Potter and the Teamwizard Tournament by reading the title of the chapter. Let's go.
Okay.
Now.
Chapter 1. Voldemort's last fart.
Which is like... It sounds very profound, but...
Yeah, like,
but
not. When someone takes their last breath.
Yeah.
You talk about that a lot. You don't talk about their last fart.
Which sometimes I think...
We're looking at the same... Sometimes the last fart is posthumous.
Well, I was going to say, I've heard that
Posthumous.
when you die, your bowels release automatically, and when people die, they often shit themselves. Which Voldemort's last fart, and yeah, like, I guess maybe this implies that Voldemort is going to die in this chapter.
Yeah.
We don't really know, but yeah.
And I've just thought, if Voldemort's face is on Mr. Charge's butt, when he farts, does it come out Mr. Charge's mouth?
So
I mean-
is Voldemort... No, I think Voldemort is just a face on a bum.
Okay.
But yeah, we don't know. We might find out.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go. It was summer.
Oh, sorry
Oh.
to interrupt. I should just also say, it's great to see that the narrator hasn't gone in a different style, at least for the first chapter. Like, we're still going to have a fart-heavy book,
Yeah.
lots of potty humour.
I honestly thought all the fart jokes were maybe gone.
With like a fart, they were farted out and they were empty.
I just, you know what? It took me the whole first book to realise potty humour. You could have called it Harry Potty.
Potty. Yeah, anyway, here we are. All right, let's
right,
go.
well,
It was summer.
Let's just do this, I guess. It was summer. It was hot. That makes sense.
Makes sense. But, it's good. It's hot in this room, so I kind of feel like
is.
we're in the book.
Yep. And I guess, an English summer, bloody cold still.
Yeah.
Isn't it? All right, anyway. It was summer. It was hot. But Boris Mailman was cold.
Interesting that Boris Mailman is the first character to appear in book 2. Mailman, of course, the father of Mailboy,
Mailboy.
who's in cahoots with Mr. Charger.
Oh, wait, Boris is in cahoots.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dragon.
Dragon, we don't
know.
really know.
We don't know.
It's sort of like a Lucius Malfoy, Draco Malfoy thing. It's like in
Sort of.
Yeah,
Exactly. You've ripped it off completely.
It's sort of like, I remember in the Pokemon cartoon, there was like Jesse and James who were
Yeah.
Team Rocket.
Team
and,
Rocket, yeah.
and everyone used to think that the Pokemon Coughing and Ekans, who were their Pokemon, were evil Pokemon. But really, it's the Pokemon trainer who is evil. The Pokemon just follow the trainer. So it's not the Pokemon who are evil. So feel free to train an Ekans. It might not be evil.
What about Meowth?
Meowth, again, there's lots of good Meowths out there.
Okay. I'll believe it when I see it. Okay.
I guess it's true. Like, the Pokemon Coughing is a ball of poison gas. It's like you wouldn't expect
I'm a
there'd
really
be
good guy.
Yeah, come on.
Really good guy.
Oh, everyone's dead. Damn it. I've killed
Bring it.
everyone.
Give me a shit. Not again. Every time someone gets close to me, I kill them. Okay, let's.
All right, we're up to the first sentence
yeah.
of book 2, guys.
Okay, but Boris Mailman's cold. Last year, his face had been frozen forever by two of the strongest wizards of all time, Michael Carmichael and Rob Robson.
Crazy. We didn't know they were the strongest wizards of all time, but apparently they are.
Yes,
Because that sentence makes it sound like the narrator is narrating it from the future. Like he knows that they end up as the strongest wizards of all time.
Yeah, but we didn't know that.
Because
We thought one of them was dead for a chapter.
Exactly. And J.K. Rowling was never like, Dumbledore brought the baby of one of the strongest wizards of all time, Harry Potter. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't know that. He's just a baby.
No, and then we'd know he survived. Oh, I guess the books are called Harry Potter, so we
Yeah.
probably...
But he could have died at the end. We didn't know that. But anyway.
Anyway, and we thought he did.
Here we are.
Here we are. It was quite an extraordinary attack that involved an ancient piece of magic that Boris had never seen before, and it still haunted him to this very day.
And I believe that's referring to the Legame Patente uniting friendship charm.
Yes.
Ancient piece of magic that Boris had never seen.
Okay, and I like that it haunted him to this day. It did happen last year. It's now just summer, so it's really just happened right at the end of the school. Probably a couple of weeks ago. It's haunted me.
It's a lifelong trauma. 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks. I'm assuming it'll be lifelong. I don't know. It feels like it.
Every night for 2 weeks I've thought about it, so it has haunted me to this day.
The face is still thawing out. Okay.
But yeah, his face is frozen forever. There's no chance that it can be unfrozen, so his face is just an ice block.
Well, it sounds it's summer. Sounds like good.
I just imagine like he's constantly melting, but never fully melted.
I don't know why this. Oh, because I'm just going to scroll for the first time, and I have loved in almost every second episode, someone brings up your scrolling method on your laptop.
Oh, yes.
And you were saying no, you scroll down.
Yeah.
And when Ryan Shelton was on the last chapter of the last book. And you were saying, no, because if I go down, I go down. But because it's in the form of a page, when you actually grab a piece of paper, you would actually flip it upwards.
Right, okay.
If we're doing... Yeah. Well, in my mind, that's what happens.
Well...
I guess you could... I guess...
I mean, we're not here to discuss the mechanics of the laptop.
Anyway...
We're here to discuss the
Sorry,
writing.
this is... Yeah, we'll cut that.
No, we'll keep it... No, we don't make cuts on this show, man. We'll keep it in.
So...
You know we don't make cuts on this show. The amount of shit...
I know, every time I say cut it never gets cut.
Me and Zach Miller talked about Hey Arnold for like 15 minutes a few weeks ago.
I really enjoyed that.
All right. That's paragraph 2 down.
God. And it's funny because I said I was in a hurry. And then anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Yes. This is very much. This next paragraph looks very Mike. I mean, whoever the author is. Hi, I'm the narrator.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. Feels very like, but I love how there's like, the book starts with like, Boris Mailman, it was hot, but Boris Mailman was cold. Hi, I'm the narrator of the book. I'll be with you for the next 5 hours in this adventure of magic and friendship.
But by the time you've read the first line, in your head, that is already the narrator.
You know it's the
narrator because you can't hear any other voice besides
but the narrator of the book thinks it's necessary to be like, g'day guys, in case you're confused, this is me, the narrator. I'll do voices for the character.
It is quite, it does get to me a bit because I'm like, it kind of scares me because I'm like, wow, it's like they're watching us read their... I'm like, I'm always looking over my shoulder like,
someone's going to tap me on the shoulder. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm the narrator. You may remember me from other books such as Harry Potter and the Boys. Actually, that's pretty much it.
So, great, what's it called in comedy where you set something up the way you think it's going to be and then you kind of like detour it?
A joke?
Inverse it?
Misdirection?
So, Simpsons fans might be like, oh, he's doing the Troy McClure thing, but it's like, I'm the narrator. You may remember me from Harry Potter and the Boys. Well, that's it.
Well, yeah, I guess a lot of comedy is, surprise or recognise.
I think this is a bit of both.
Exactly. So you recognise that bit, so you laugh at that bit, and then you are surprised.
You're surprised that the author had anything creative to do, to be honest.
I know.
Anything, yeah. Okay, so actually that's pretty much it.
I haven't narrated any other books, and this is the second book in this series. It's not like I didn't want to narrate any other books. I'm definitely up for it. If you have a book you want narrated, just contact my agent.
So the narrator is using the first page of the book to market himself and try and get some more work.
Well, obviously this is a bit of freelance kind of stuff. This is a passion project. Just to get your CV out there.
Yeah, but it's also like, it's hard because we don't like... Obviously, the author wrote this, but is the narrator different to the author?
That's true.
Yeah, we don't know that.
I'm trying to remember now that I'm thinking about it, when I was listening to Stephen Fry do the audiobooks of Harry Potter, I think it does say, number 4 Privet Drive. Also, I can narrate other books if anyone's interested.
We'll be right back with chapter 2 after this quick break. Do you have a book that needs narrating? Call my agent.
on 04. No, Stephen Fry's mobile number on. Okay, moving on. Still the narrator. Just contacted my agent. To be honest, I nearly had a contract for a book novelization of the movie Shrek, but another narrator got it instead. So now I'm stuck narrating this stupid book for now.
Okay, video viewers who are watching, the camera ran out of batteries, so we've had to improvise and just use my phone to film, and it's a terrible angle. The microphone is in Sam's face. This is probably the worst way to launch the new season, but we will continue.
But somehow it feels perfect, doesn't it?
For this show,
it feels
perfect.
For the show.
Anyway, we'll do some cropping. We'll figure it out, I'm sure.
This is so... now I encourage people to look at the video version because it's just at this exact moment because it's quite funny. All right. So we got to the part where the narrator says, I'm stuck narrating this stupid book for now.
And he was nearly going to narrate the novelization of Shrek, which you do wonder if it goes... Shrek was sitting in the toilet and then All Star by Smash Mouth started playing.
Or it's just like, wow... Shrek was sitting in the toilet thinking about how the years start coming and they really don't stop coming.
You know, fed to the rules, you hit the ground running. Okay, so the narrator's disappointed. He's stuck narrating this stupid book.
And I hope this is the theme where we've got a reluctant narrator.
It is an insult to the book, isn't it? Like, imagine Stephen Fry being like, oh, I wish I was narrating The Lord of the Rings, but I'm stuck with this stupid children's novel.
Anyway, Harry, when did this shit? I don't know.
Platform 9 3/4.
Yada, yada, yada. Voldemort comes back. Okay. Well, that's done. Oh my God. Okay, we move on. Yeah, I said it. This book is...
Again, almost like we predicted exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah, I said it. This book is stupid. Don't expect anything more from it. If you're going into this book expecting it to be good, then don't expect that.
Okay, well, that's a fair warning. Shut it off now,
I think you should put that in the podcast description as well. But
on the blurb for the hardcover of the book. If you're expecting a good book, maybe choose a different one.
Go somewhere else, Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Now it's not, because I'm now realizing it's not like the author to just get in and out of a joke really quickly. So we are going to continue on the same theme.
It's, if the joke works, keep doing it forever.
If you're going into this book expecting it to be okay, then I think you will be okay. But I'm telling you right now, any plans or wild ideas you have that this book is going to be good in any sense of the word, and you'd be kidding yourself. I don't think the and was there. I'm just, oh my God.
And you'd be kidding yourself. All right.
The next paragraph is also large.
It's a very long, it's possibly the longest paragraph in this book.
I'm just trying to make sure no one is disappointed. You know when someone hypes you up for a movie and tell you it's going to be a really good movie and it's amazing and it's going to change your life, and then you watch the movie and it's crap and didn't change your life at all. And now you're just annoyed at your friend for recommending it to you in the first place. Well, this book isn't like that. This book, on every level, isn't good. That's literally it. I'm not going to make it any clearer than that.
Well, that's good because you can, like, sometimes there are books I read, I get halfway through, I'm like, this book's bad. And I would have killed for a chapter like this at the start.
And same with movies as well. I distinctly, now, The Greatest Showman is a great movie.
Love it. Cried on the plane home from Japan watching that.
Well, that's good. It gets what? Oh yeah, it does. It actually is
literally within the first 5 minutes when it's like, and every night I lie in bed, 1,000 colors fill my head, a million dreams in tears.
That is
because I have a million dreams. And so does Hugh Jackman.
Yes.
We're not unlike each other.
That is so true. And you were once a little boy. And
I was a little boy. He was a little boy.
Now you're a man.
I might get married to my childhood sweetheart and start a circus. He did that in the movie.
That's true. That's one of your dreams.
Yeah, one of the million.
Well, anyway, I missed the first 2 weeks of when it came out, and people told me it is the best. And I love Hugh Jackman. They're like, it is the best movie ever.
Right.
Is what people had told me. And then I watched it and I was like, oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
But I was disappointed.
Just going to position your mic close to your mouth.
Thanks, man. I like that. It's good. Okay.
You would want in a movie, like, if 5 minutes into The Greatest Showman, it's like, this movie might not be for you. Maybe turn it off. You know, just a warning.
This is a pretty good movie. It's kind of a good thing to watch. Hugh Jackman, he never does something bad. Impossible comes true, but just...
Doesn't he have an affair in that movie? Or like,
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she sneaks a little kiss on him and the paps get it.
The bloody paps.
Even in the 1900s, the paps...
The paps. They're
are
doing
out there.
little sketches. All right, where are we at with the book? Voldemort's last fart.
No, and we
So
still
far.
haven't... We've only met Boris Mailman, and then we've gone into a quite
A
self-indulgent...
rant. A soliloquy, I believe Shakespeare calls them.
And I keep on only showing myself one paragraph at a time. What I should have done was look at the whole thing, because I keep on commenting on the narrator.
Yeah.
And then realizing the next paragraph is also about the narrator.
Yeah, here we go.
If you get to the end of this book and go, that was such a bad book, why did I read that? Don't come complaining to me. which is you shouldn't have given us your agent's contact details. In fact, I'm going to put a message on the last page of the book reminding you that if you were disappointing, you should reread the first chapter.
Yeah, cool.
And we'll see. If
So
you
it's
do
like in the last chapter, it's like, Voldemort was dead. The book was over. Now, if you're disappointed with this ending, head back to chapter 1. It's a choose your own adventure.
chapter 1 and we'll see what happens.
At the end of every chapter, it's like, if you like this and want to know what happens next, go to the next page. If you don't, go back to chapter 1.
Or I'd like it if at the end they're like, if you wanted Voldemort to live, turn to page 69. Okay, going on. I mean, subjectively speaking, if you're into this book, there's no problem with that at all. For example, I personally really like the film Agent Cody Banks. But I don't...
A relic of the mid 2000s.
Agent Cody Banks with Frankie Muniz.
Hilary Duff was in it, I think.
Really?
She was his girlfriend, I think.
yeah.
And it was like a, James Bond super spy for kids.
Yep.
The CIA is training kids to be super secret agents.
Because you know what movie went into my head that I think I liked better than that of Frankie Muniz was Big Fat Liar.
Yeah. And also, in a similar vein of children being super spies, Spy Kids. Great film.
Yeah, Spy Kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was pretty scary.
Oh, the thumb lumps?
Ugh.
Yeah.
I just felt a little bit sick thinking of those things. That's still...
Imagine having a thumb for a face. That sounds like something out of Harry Potter and the Boy.
If you haven't seen Spy Kids... I mean, go support them. It's great, but
Go support the Spy
henchmen.
Kids.
The henchmen are like their
Living
face.
thumbs.
They're living thumbs. So their face is a thumb. Both their arms are thumbs, and both their legs are thumbs.
Help! Flip is a madman. Help us! Save us!
I don't remember that part.
That's what they say.
Well, I had to turn it off and go cry in bed before that. Okay.
Okay. So Agent Cody Banks. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the film. I don't think that means it's necessarily a good film. Necessarily not spelt right at all. So it's okay if you enjoy this book, but I'm just saying that it's not a good book.
Right.
Like you wouldn't see this book on a shelf of staff choices at the bookshop. And it will never be a classic, which bookshops, this really dates it, they hardly exist anymore.
Yeah.
It might just be one of those books that you read and you might enjoy it, might hate it, then you don't think much of it after. Wow.
I'll be thinking of this book for a long time after this chapter.
I've already forgotten what it's called. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, I'll be your narrator for the rest of the book.
Oh, good to know he's sticking with it.
Okay, yeah.
Because you'd hate if halfway through the book, it's like, g'day guys, I'm finishing up this week, so I've got a new narrator coming in for the next chapter. He's great, you'll love him. Give him a warm up to him, you might need some time.
Then I'd love it on the next page. Actually, he can't start till the 13th, so...
I'm going to do this chapter, maybe a couple more.
No, I was just thinking there's like 20 blank pages. All right, sorry guys, where were we?
All right.
Okay, it does. I hope it continues. Okay, here we go. We've got an actual character coming in.
Great.
Did you just fart? Said the voice of Voldemort.
That's the first line of dialogue in the book.
Did you just fart? Which sets the tone. Really sets the tone. Said the voice of Voldemort, one of the darkest wizards of all time, who somehow was back from the dead after the events of the last Harry Potter book. Not somehow. If you read the book, it
makes sense.
Clear.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry, Master, said Winston Charger.
Mr. Charger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winston was a tall, lanky man who looked like a bit of an idiot and now had scars all over his face, as he was also involved in the incident with Michael and Rob's magic last year. But instead of being frozen, his face had been terribly burnt because there was fire and ice or something.
You got it.
I'm just remembering the book as it goes on.
I love how, half of this chapter has been directly following up the events of last book. Half of the chapter, narrator doing a monologue
lot of
about
that.
how he hates the book.
Yes.
Don't
Okay.
read it.
Now, usually a fight between two friends might be comical, but you must understand that due to a powerful amount of dark magic and dark fartsmanship that had been adopted by Mr. Charger, Voldemort's face protruded out of Mr. Charger's bum in a quest to keep him alive. Although due to the events of last year, Voldemort was barely hanging on. And I barely could hold on to the end of that sentence because it was a very long... That was a 10-line sentence.
Yeah. That whole thing was one sentence.
Wow.
Lots happening though.
So a fart... hey, what's a fart between two friends?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who cares?
Who cares? Not me. Dark fartsmanship is a good word.
Yeah. We haven't had that. The dark arts, the dark farts, dark art artistry, dark fartistry.
But dark fartsmanship, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Okay. Winston saw Boris standing on the beach. They must be on summer holidays.
I can just imagine they're in like bathers, board shorts. They've got like an inflatable ring and stuff.
Okay, this is what don't know why I was thinking this on the way over here, because I guess we've come back to the second book, second year. It feels like, the second year of school. I love that conveniently Voldemort always seems to build his attack from the start of the school year and end it near the end of the school year. Like, he never attacks the world on school holidays.
Why? Which is good. Give these kids a break.
Everyone needs a break. Me included. Give him a chance.
It's like you'd probably have more success striking in the school holidays to the ministry.
Harry's at home.
Lots of people on leave.
Yeah.
Like not as much great wizards to defend.
It's like he wants to go. He's like, look, we gotta go to the beach as well. I mean, it's the only time to go.
Yeah. I know we're in the middle of this dark scheme, but let's go to the beach. Let's get some sun.
We can do it during, while the kids are at school. Like, we'll get more time to work on our passions of, overthrowing the world and the dark farts. Anyway, that's just what I thought. Voldemort never attacks on school holidays.
It's true.
Winston saw Boris standing on the beach. They met and hugged. And Boris slapped Winston on the bum, forgetting Voldemort was there.
So Voldemort's face is on Mr. Charger's bum. A slap on the bum is a slap on the face. But also...
I love that Boris and Winston are slapping each other on the bum.
Yeah, they're on bum slap terms.
Great. They'll
love that.
Footy change rooms. Boys will be boys.
Like,
I'm just joking.
It's funny to see these two evil wizards and one's like, g'day, mate. G'day. Slap on the bum.
Champer.
G'day, champ.
Champion.
You got the dark magic? Yeah, I got it. Cool. Yeah. Slap on the bum.
You fool, said Voldemort. His voice was weak. Master, I am sorry, said Boris. Both of you have failed me for the last time. I can already feel myself fading away. I'm running out of energy.
Not good for Voldemort.
Said Voldemort. No, he wants energy, I would say.
Yeah, lots of it.
That's actually something that we all probably covet.
Yeah. So it's, at this point, I'm relating to Voldemort. I like him. He's a likable character so far.
So far. Master, what can we do? How can we help? Said Winston. Listen to me closely. There is power in the dark farts. You know this. This is how you helped me survive on your bum.
Just the thought of hearing, Voldemort say these things is hilarious. Yeah.
Picturing the Ralph Fiennes version on the bum.
Yeah.
I will be eternally grateful for that. Oh, you don't hear any graciousness from Voldemort.
He's desperate at this stage.
Voldemort was struggling to speak. I'm struggling to read the words he says. You must help uncover the secrets of my most trusted servant. I understand what you have planned with Vladek and that other Hufflepuff oaf, but this year you must help me return to power. Now, Vladek. A character
was that your chapter?
I think it was conveniently mentioned at the end of the second last chapter which I was on.
That is a seed growing into a beautiful plant. So in Sam's second last chapter of the book,
say that yet, but yeah, I mean,
it's sprouting. It's sprouting. So yeah, Vladek was just like a passing reference to a character who has suddenly come up again here. There is some kind of plan with Vladek, but also that other Hufflepuff oaf seems like an interesting...
Yeah, and Hufflepuff helping out a
Slytherin.
I don't...
But also, like, yeah, what's Voldemort... Like, what is Mr. Charger doing with a Hufflepuff?
Yeah,
that's really interesting to me.
What you have planned with that other Hufflepuff. Oh, yeah, Vladek. Oh.
So we know that we've got the seeds here that Mr. Charger and Boris Mailman are planning something with a guy called Vladek and a Hufflepuff oaf.
Could it be Justin Finch-Fletchley?
Who knows what happened to him? Maybe that parcel mouth in Chamber of Secrets scarred him for life.
And now he's gone to the fart side. But Master, said Boris, which servant are you speaking about? Pettigrew is dead. So is Malfoy.
Interesting. Because
so Malfoy exists in this universe?
Well, I guess if Harry Potter exists, then Malfoy must exist.
But then we've also got Mailman and Mailboy.
Yeah, but I think that's a coincidence.
Maybe they're cousins.
No, but like cousins don't just have suspiciously similar surnames. Like you're Sammy Garlepp and your cousins are like the Garlegs. Like,
yeah, there are Garletts.
Yeah, okay, but they're not your cousins.
No,
that's
they're
just
not.
A coincidence.
But my friend's parents were like, "Oh, is Sammy related to the Jeff Garlett who plays for Carlton in Melbourne?" I was like,
No, that's not how it works.
Have different last names.
It's like people thinking I'm related to like Tom Liberatore from the Western Bulldogs.
Yes,
like
exactly.
I'm not.
You have similar last names.
Similar last names
not
does not mean you're related. Okay, interesting stuff going on. And Peter Pettigrew exists here, but also Malfoy is dead. But I assume that's Lucius that they're referring to.
Sure.
Yeah. Who knows though?
I don't know. Well, not me.
Yeah, probably not me.
This is the first I've read of it. No, you idiots. Those fools were from ages ago in other books. In the other books. Oh, no. This is Voldemort speaking about the books.
Ages ago from other books. Come on.
This is a new book series. And many things happened between the last Harry Potter book and now that will be slowly revealed to the readers. Voldemort scowled. Oh my God.
Again, love possibly my favorite part of the book is last book is like Voldemort having the characters having an awareness that they are in a book and also that their lives previously were in a book.
Yeah, and Voldemort knows about the other books which we assume were good.
Yeah.
And these ones are bad.
These ones are bad.
He hasn't mentioned that yet, but Voldemort scowled and then recoiled in pain. He was so weak. There wasn't much time left. Why?
Wow.
Why wasn't there much time? Anyway.
Because he's fading away. He has no energy, remember? He needs like an LCM or something.
Okay.
Or a little snack. An up and go, I think, is where I was headed.
Okay, an up and go would be good. I never got LCMs when I was younger.
I loved LCMs. They were just like, LCMs were just Cocoa Pops with M&Ms.
Oh yeah, I wanted them.
Yeah.
I wanted them.
Yeah.
But I would just be slaving away with a little snack.
But imagine that. Voldemort, I know you're weak and don't have energy. Have this Red Bull. And Mr. Judger pours a Red Bull into his own bum.
And that would be very confusing because then would have because Red Bull gives you wings, so we'd have
true.
a bum with wings and
flying away.
Too many.
Mr. Judger's like, no, don't fly away.
It sounds like out of an animal out of a riddle or Greek mythology.
The bum with wings.
It's like a sphinx.
Okay, so
I know who he means, said Winston, and he's nearly ready.
Okay, so that's another dark wizard that we haven't met yet, we assume.
Yeah, setting up a lot here.
Okay.
Good, Winston.
It's the first chapter.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. Good, Winston. You continue to make a good servant. Now, you must do me. Oh, sorry. No, you must do me. If Winston... there was a bit of slap on the bum between Winston Winston and
who knows
Boris,
what happens behind closed doors.
If he's doing him, we don't want to...
We don't need that.
Now, you must do me once last favour. That's why I stumbled, because you fucked up the words, you fucking idiots. Fuck, learn to spell.
Oh, God, I think
you said your mum told you to read at age 1.
Clearly not how to spell.
Clearly not, yeah. Implement the spell of the everlasting fart.
Wow.
And that is...
Now that's the dark farts at play.
Yeah.
The everlasting fart.
Wow. Okay, by doing one last fart while using that spell, my spirit can live on in the fart realm.
This is Voldemort saying that. So
Yeah.
Voldemort has discovered the fart realm and spirit living on. Like, that's what Voldemort wanted. That's what a Horcrux is. So maybe there's something going on with farts and the fart realm and
God.
another dimension in the Wizarding world.
Because I have always wondered about, like, you know, when he originally was bloody blown up by Harry when he was a baby or whatever, the love, and then he just somehow didn't die. But was that because he was a Horcrux? But then
He had Horcruxes at that point.
yeah, but then why was his spirit in the bloody Forest of Albania where he met Quirrell?
Can I actually say on that? I actually think with that when J.K. Rowling wrote the first book, I have a feeling she wasn't 100%, like she hadn't completed the entire story.
Yeah.
Because I actually don't think that Professor Quirrell thing makes that much sense, and Voldemort's spirit being in the forest makes that much sense.
Yeah.
I don't think she had decided the entire lore at that point. That's my theory anyway.
Actually, and in the back of the head.
Yeah, because
doesn't happen with any...
was that a Horcrux? Like, what was that?
What was that?
Yeah.
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 What was it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Ask JK.
Well, I don't know
But
either.
In answer to that,
I don't even like that book anymore now. You know what? I don't like Harry Potter anymore. I'm out.
yeah, that's it. Get out. No, I actually don't think she had completed like her whole theory of what was going to happen. But
So then this theory... Well, this is a valid theory then. The fart realm. It could have been this.
he could have been there. Like, we don't know when. Like, everyone's saying that the dark farts are a new type of magic, but we don't know when Voldemort started toying with them. He was ahead of his times. He was thinking of Horcruxes when he was 15. Maybe he was thinking of fart cruxes when he was 15.
I hope that's what they're called. Fart cruxes. I mean, there's no other way to... If you can think of a better pun than fart crux, it's not even a pun.
It's either whore farts or fart crux.
It's not even a pun. This is what I hate. If you live in Australia and see the ads on Channel 9 for the block, I fucking hate.
Oh, it's
They're like
block o'clock.
Seven a block. Blocktastic.
Yeah.
Blocktacular. I'm like, blocktastic doesn't really work.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Anyway,
It's just, you can't just put block in front of a word. It's like, and you know, I work for Hamish, but Lego Masters, Brixmas.
Okay.
It's better than Blocktastic.
I was going to comment on that about how long do you think the meeting was to decide whether it was Brickmas or Brixmas?
I know. I mean, what do you think it should be? Because I think Brixmas is better, but some people don't.
I thought thought Brickmas kind of makes more sense.
Yeah.
I guess because Christmas has the Brixmas.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, I'll
should be
I'll
Brickmas.
put it to Hamish.
I guess it should be Brickmas, but it kind of sounds a little bit better with Brixmas.
Brickmas sounds empty. You know?
I don't care.
Why
it's
not?
too early for a Christmas special anyway.
It is. Anyway, let's continue, because I don't know how much longer there is in this chapter.
This is longer than the last book. This chapter. Okay. So he said, but my spirit can live on in the fart realm, ready to awaken when the time is right. One day, probably in one of the later books, I will return through the power of the dark farts, bigger, better, and faster than before. Why does he want to be faster?
Yeah, he's just like, you know, if we have any running races over summer, I could probably beat you.
I'm then imagining. I've now for some reason imagined. You know, in the 7th book when they're in when Harry gets taken into the forest and all his servants are sitting around. I'm imagining everyone is in a big circle and Voldemort's there like, now look at this, and he's just running from end to end around the circle. He's running around saying, "How fast was that?
New PB.
Time me, Lucius, come on." Who's timing that? That was pretty fast.
Lucius, come on.
Like when you test out runners, when you have to test out your shoes at the
athlete's foot or whatever.
Athlete's foot at the shoe store. When go on, test them out. You run side to side.
I actually think, now, this is huge, but I think this is a reference to the DK rap from Donkey Kong 64.
What?
A video game where the DK rap is a song about all of Donkey Kong's friends. And in Donkey Kong's one, it goes, he's bigger, faster, and stronger too. He's the first member of the DK crew. And I think it's a reference to that.
What?
But also bigger. Does he mean physically stronger, like bigger, or bigger as in more well-known?
Or maybe it just means bigger, just a wider asshole.
Possibly. So he wants to come back bigger, better, and faster than before.
I'm going to be the fastest butt in the West. Faster. I love that he wants to be faster. And that's good. We all want to improve. Voldemort sighed deeply and gasped for air out of his arsehole. Out of his arsehole mouth. Now, Winston. Now! Winston Charger, the former potions master at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, squatted down on the sand as Boris Mailman held up his wand and pointed it directly to his bum.
Wow.
Now,
Huge.
in a moment where we're on the edge of our seats waiting for this, it's now Winston now. And then that is when the author decides to put in Winston Charger's resume. Like the potions master. Yeah, we know that.
We know. We read the first book. It was bad. We know it was bad.
We don't care about that part.
Yeah.
Fuck, get to the point. What's
Just
happening?
in case you didn't know, he was the former potions master at Hogwarts.
Okay, Boris Mailman held his wand, pointed directly to his bum, which is a lot. 1, 2, 4. Winston counted down. Firstly, it's counting up, and you've skipped one. So that's a mistake on your part. You've tried to make a joke, but then I think you've fucked up.
1, 2, 4. He counted down.
It's a shame because your mum actually taught you how to count when you were
When I was 1.
in the womb.
Yeah.
Wait, don't you mean 3? Said Boris.
So again, crucial point. Time is running out. Voldemort's about to die.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 4. Don't you mean 3? Hurry up.
Yeah. He's already doing his last fart. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, said Mr. Charger. And on 3, he let out a silent but suspiciously deadly fart of green gas.
Oh, gross.
Oh, that is really gross. Because you see it in cartoons, but seeing that in real life would be fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
Like a coffin coming out of someone's arse.
Yeah.
No, was that the Pokemon we're talking about?
Coughing.
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 Sorry. As the fart emerged from the bum,
If you actually saw someone who farted and you could physically see the gas as a coloured gas, you would be like, you need to immediately go to hospital.
I would run. I would literally run away in the other direction.
You'd have to.
I'd probably, no.
Yeah.
Fuck, what are you, who are you? That's probably my reaction to most things.
And no one's ever been like, oh, I've just done a fart, silent, but suspiciously deadly for me.
Deadly.
Yeah. Like, I'm not suspicious about it being deadly because Mr. Charger is a dark wizard.
Yeah, and farts are often
Deadly.
when they're silent.
Yeah. We all know that.
We all know that. It's in the fart law. The deadly fart, suspicious deadly fart of green gas. As the fart emerged from the bum, Mailman waved his wand and said, "Crepito temporis."
Okay, so like this seems like a spell, probably a spell from the dark farts. Temporous seems like
Tempura prawns.
no. I was gonna say probably something to do with time. Crepito, I don't know what that means, but temporal, tempo. You know,
Are you sure it's not going to be just creepy tempura prawns? Because that is what maybe I'm just hungry.
I really hope that doesn't come out of Mr. Charger's bum.
Never say never. The spell emerged out of the wand and hit the fart. Voldemort's face began to disappear from Mr. Charger's bum, and in its place, a real bum formed again.
Oh, that's good.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah. After a year of not having a proper bum.
Oops, I lost the mouse. Okay. The gas in the air violently transformed into the face of Voldemort and shot out into the ocean like a soul trying to find its way home. Because we all know that.
Yeah, that's interesting though.
It is very interesting.
Like a soul, that's Horcruxy.
It is, yes, but it is funny that you've gone, like into the ocean like a soul tries to find its way home. We've all seen that.
But that's oddly poetic for this book as well.
Yeah, it is actually.
The fart made its way across the ocean like a lost soul wandering home.
And I just liked that someone on the opposite beach of that ocean being like, smell that ocean air. Oh my God.
What smells like a lost soul trying to make its way home?
Yeah, it smells bad and suspiciously deadly. Okay, I'm going to continue. Okay, just low key, I am so glad I have an actual bum again, said Winston. I like that you said just low key because I feel like that's really come into the zeitgeist of recently.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
That's 13 years ahead of time.
Okay, said Mailman. Quintingly. Quintingly.
I feel like quintingly came up in the last book and it doesn't have a meaning. No, it's not a word.
It was a different word that also had no meaning.
Sometimes Mike just creates new words.
Like you could have said squintingly, but that's not right. Yeah, anyway. You made up a word. So maybe quintingly means...
hesitantly?
But I could mean it to mean joyfully. So, okay.
Interpret quintingly however you like.
Now, and you use a lot of ... dots in this book so far. Now, ... what is our next move? What is our plan? What are the names of those boys? Well, wasn't he the teacher? Anyway, Mr. Charger grimaced and a sly smirk came across his face. Now, a grimace and a smirk are different. I would say.
I think he grimaced then smirked.
Sorry.
What is a grimace? Is that like...
No, grimace is a bad...
Oh, what's a grimace?
Grimace is like... I think it's like a sad face.
Because a smirk is like this.
It sure is. Mike and I just smirked at each other, and it was like we both had hatched a plan. We both knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah, so he grimaced and then a sly smirk. What are the names?
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
I just read it.
So I think that's...
Oh my god!
Boris Mailman is saying, "What's our next move? What is our plan? What are the names of those boys?"
And then he slyly smirked and he said, "Lockie Lockhart," he said, "and Gemini Jones."
Oh
shit!
And you said that was not coming back. That's the end of the chapter.
Oh my god, that's in the chapter.
That was a good chapter.
That was a good chapter. It felt like 2+ chapters in one.
Yeah,
because we
felt like a combo.
It felt like a bit of a prologue.
Yeah,
and then the chapter. So I mean, if I was the editor or the publisher, I'd be like, why don't we have a prologue?
Yeah. Now, so that is that, and that like that's a good cliffhanger for the book, right? Like,
I actually am very impressed because I think
that's good
because I'm not gonna lie. Because I think it's on the record. I think in chapter 6 or whatever of the last book, and when Gemini Jones came up, and I said, "We'll never hear of Gemini Jones ever again." And here I am, book 2.
I think you also said that idiot loser face would never appear, and I don't think he has. And I think I bet you $5. So
that's true.
I do have to give you $5.
At the end of book 7.
No, I think at the end of book 1 you said that Hopeless McDopeless.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know about this book at that point.
Yeah, so there you go. But Lockie Lockhart and Gemini Jones, something's going on. Do you want to tease the title of the next chapter for the listeners? What's episode 2 going to be called? Chapter 2,
a chapter that just sets the book up a bit.
which this chapter kind of was as well.
So what the fuck's this one? I feel like every first chapter is meant to set the book up a bit.
Chapter 2, you're supposed to be into it.
Yeah, chapter 2 is continuing. Chapter 3, continuing the book.
Chapter 4, setting some more stuff up that will be relevant in chapter 17.
Chapter 5, kind of a red herring in here. We can't diverge off the story.
Thank you so much for debuting book 2 to the world. Apologies for the camera angle. I've been a bit distracted this episode because I keep looking at the camera and being like, this is the worst angle we could possibly have had.
You're looking at both Mike and I's groins, essentially.
It's the best we could do with what we've got. Are you keen to come back, be on the pod, read
I am keen to. I'm keen. Yeah, I'm definitely keen. If you are a listener and you don't want me to come back, obviously write in.
Yeah. And we'd love, this season on the show, we'd love more, I'd love more write-ins, radiomikepod@gmail.com or radiomike.com.au/contact or my Instagram, radio.mike. Send them to, what's your Instagram, Sam?
@Sam Garlepp.
Yeah.
Send them to me if you want.
Send anything.
I don't care if you send Mike anything or not.
Yeah. Send them to Sam. He'll forward them to me. But yeah, if you have any theories, ideas, concepts, anything you want to ask, send them in. Thank you so much for listening. Do you have anything to... Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Do I have anything to plug? Not really. Actually, I was going to plug... It's actually my birthday today.
No, it's not. Is it actually? Oh, my God.
What'd you get me?
Is it actually your birthday?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I thought I'd tell you now.
Why didn't you tell me? What the hell? Happy birthday, man.
So...
Oh, now I just feel like a dickhead. We're deleting this episode.
How many presents did you get me?
36.
But last year I had 37.
Oh, some of them are a bit bigger than last year. Oh, I didn't know, man. Happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Sam birthday
I just
wishes.
was keen to just guilt you at the end of the
Yeah, well, I feel
chapter.
terrible. Well, goodbye, Homoris, and happiest birthday is Lumos Maximus. Goodbye, Homoris.
Thanks, and happy birthday to you too.
This actually is not going to come out for like 2 weeks, so it won't be Sam's birthday when you listen to this, but still send him wishes.
Send me a birthday wish.
Yeah.
And goodbye. It might be my death day by then.
He could be dead, or he could be doing his last fart. Thanks, guys. This episode of Harry Potter and the Boys was brought to you by Radio Mike on Patreon and the 20th Century Boy podcast. For as little as $1 a month, get a bonus podcast every week at patreon.com/Radio Mike. And search 20th Century Boy on your favourite podcast app to hear more from me every single week. See you there. This podcast was a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to check out all our other content, stay up to date at radio.mike on Instagram, and get in touch, radiomikepod@gmail.com.